let's go over what it is that I think all of you would have done after recovering from the virus, the viral infection, meeting Michael. Um, Generally, what is your course of action as a group at that point? You have Clint there to try to help you, although I believe he was pretty beat up and fatigued, and you managed to revive him. But like as a group, what do you feel like your next move would be after a strange thing like that? Maddie has escaped. You're not sure where she's gone. Soft Cell's still lurking out somewhere in the periphery.
I feel like we'd all take to the streets and look for Maddie for a bit, right? It's a pretty big priority.
We can't let something like that just walk around like, holy shit.
Yeah, we need to find her.
Especially with a crown following her, yeah, no.
We'll take different, streets, I guess.
All right, I'll ask you all for counterclockwise. So starting with Claudia. Claudia, you are obviously on the street searching for Maddie. You're sort of like on the border. You guys are all like the House of the Rising Sun is pretty much like near at the border of between Stella Maris and the trenches as a whole. So you can either go into the trenches or you can go into Stella Maris like proper. Let's bring up the map. You're right around like probably, we'll say, sure, right around here. Trenches is about where that like black little outline is. Claudia, do you go into or out of the trenches?
She'll go in to the trenches.
Okay. How do you approach people looking for? Do you go for speed or do you go for like asking people, questioning them?
She's gonna ask around, sniff around.
Okay. Give me a secret sniffer roll. Say 3. Oof. Fate you want to invoke, or do you want to just let it ride?
I'm going to invoke seeking out secrets.
Okay. So, with a much better roll, you are a secret sniffer. You are looking out for secrets. The trenches have a lot of corners, alleys, a lot of shadows, a lot of secrets in the trenches. You discover that there were some people who have seen a very strange woman kind of wandering around looking dazed, but it doesn't seem like she stayed in the trenches for very long, didn't want to talk to anyone, and didn't want anyone near her or touching her, which not uncommon. They think that she might have gone in a southern direction.
Relay that information back and try to tell them to direct their efforts south.
Next up is Ice Peak. Ice Peak, how do you want to handle your search?
I guess split myself up and search south and sort of just like fan out.
Inside or outside of the trenches?
He said south, right?
Yeah.
Whichever direction is south. So, a little bit of both. Yeah.
Okay, sort of at the border. You're setting up. You're just doing a general like slithering around kind of search. So go ahead and give me a slither roll. Passive difficulty 4.
No, I also got nearly the worst. I might as well spend a point and reroll.
Okay. So like just a little short. You can spend another one if you want, or you can just like take it with like some strange.
Is this considered a puzzle? No, probably not.
No, not really.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll spend one more. Yeah. Using Brainy Swarm and Tactical Medical Officer, because she was like hurt and running around blistering and bubbling and stuff, so maybe look for blood spatter.
Okay. Yeah, forensic evidence. Search around the south as a slithery swarm of eels. You get the feeling that if your eels weren't as agile or as astute in observation as they are now that you've invoked those things. You may have missed something or been noticed by something, but instead, you managed to evade what seems like shadows that may be creeping a little bit too close to those eels, all in your pursuit for finding this woman. You've smelled her blood before, so you know at least some of the characteristics of it. You find that there are some traces of blood on a wall near an alleyway leading out of the trenches between two buildings that kind of open up into Stella Maris away from this area that's a bit more blighted and run down. The blood traces are fresh and they do smell like hers, but they're also cold. So you estimate that like those have probably been there for about maybe an hour. So she's like an hour away and likely on foot wherever she is.
I pass that along eel radio to the rest of the group that she's probably left the trenches and that something else may be following her, something shadowy.
All right, next up, Towner. So now you have information that Maddie may be even further south, and Stella Maris as a whole is... The trenches can be difficult because people can hide in there kind of anywhere, but in Stella Maris as a whole, it's a much bigger area to try to cover. You have an idea that she could be anywhere within an hour travel on foot. In this city, that could be a considerable distance. It is big, but it's not that big. So you have generally the idea that she has gone south. How would you like to conduct your search as a Sharkman?
I always imagine that Towner's what contacts he have are basically just people in the restaurants he frequents. So his map of the city is mostly based on where the food is.
Okay.
So I don't know if he could sort of check in the like restaurants around where he thinks she may be in the south.
Okay. Give me a super taster roll. Passive difficulty 4. Would you like to invoke, or would you like to succeed with a complication?
I will invoke. I will invoke his profession of beat cop because he's more experienced on foot than maybe more other people are, just because of how long he's been one.
Okay. You at one of the restaurants hear one of, we'll say, usually a diner, early morning diner, sometimes open later for service, depending on the mood of the owner. The guy in question says that they were sweeping the front of their store when they saw a woman who looked homeless. They offered her a simple egg sandwich. She took it and ate it and quickly ran away. They say that a black van seemed to be trailing, and they thought that was weird.
Okay. I think Towner will communicate that back to the group, emphasizing that black van.
They think that the black van was traveling in a western direction.
Can he do anything with that, or is it the next person's?
Yeah, it's the next person, which would be Mikey.
Okay.
Mikey, you now have information that there was a black van heading west and likely following or trying to follow the trail of Maddie. So that information, you can cover a lot of ground.
He's probably been trying to run along as best he can, getting updates as he can. So yeah, as soon as he hears about the westbound action, he probably takes a hard right from going southbound and starts heading west, kind of just jumping and gliding over the city as best he can. I don't think him running through the streets would help him as much to see said I
right.
was looking for a black man and a lost girl.
Give me a
Gross Spider-Man. He's just a wet one.
give me a surfing roll. It is during the day, so you get your +2. Passive difficulty 4. Do you want to succeed with the complication, or do you want to fate point it?
Well, that'd be a 5.
Oh yeah, you're right. Actually, yeah, you pass that. You don't need to do anything. You pass it quite well. So you are kind of effortlessly gliding, sliding along the rooftops, catching air, lots of bright sunlight, and lots of visibility. You see that there is a black van parked near a corner with the doors open. And you see a group of people moving towards the van. It looks like 3 of them. One person between 2 larger people.
I would find a rooftop or something to kind of stake myself down in and just confirm that it is her and that basically that it's just her, so that I can let everybody know exactly where she is, where I am, and get into rescuing her from the weird unmarked black van.
Why don't you go ahead and give me a gaze roll? Ooh. This is a really good one.
Damn.
You hear something like a very soft pop or click high up in the air. You are able to completely predict that something is about to hit you from very high up. You can roll a slick with a +3 to avoid this. Oof. You can invoke twice if you want to avoid it completely, or you can let it ride if you think you want to take 4 shifts of physical damage. I mean, you can totally absorb that and be, regened up by the once the scene is over. So it's up to you. You can just let it slide if you want.
Yeah, I think I'll just take the hit. He'll move out the way, but clearly he gets picked.
So you just, as this thing is happening, you hear the click, look up, you see something bright fill your vision for a moment, and then what are you standing on?
Just like a rooftop or a building, just something to try and have an advantage to just confirm that it's Maddie that we're looking for and that is her about to get grabbed by weirdos.
Okay, you basically see where you were, because it's likely reflexively you might move away. You see where you were begin to become pelted with very small projectiles. They're like the size of ball bearings. They're in a stream. They just come down like almost like rain. It looks like a black line or blur that just begins carving the area where you were. Some of it does catch through your, we'll say your leg, but it just passes through. It doesn't like hit or carve or separate anything. It's almost like if someone were using a water gun, but with ball bearings instead. It slices easily through the concrete, though. It doesn't cause like ballistic damage, like explosives. It just like punches right through as if it were like a blade, carving a very intricate kind of outline. If you were to examine it, it looks exactly like you, that outline, except just like a couple inches shorter, so that it would definitely cut right into you, basically carve you out of yourself.
Cool. If I wasn't the one being murdered by it, cool.
Give me another gaze roll. No passive difficulty. You hear the following after that attack goes off. Help! Me! Help! Me! It's like far, far, far in the distance, as if someone were shouting to you from one mountain to another. And then you hear a quiet boop, boop, boop. You are safe for now, it seems. Something high up seems to be triggered or tracking things. You don't know what it is. It could be a stand, it could be a flying merman, maybe, but likely not. You have avoided the attack, so that's good. What do you want to relay to your team? Because it could determine exactly what their next course of action should be.
Yeah, it would be my exact location, that I was shot at by something. I can't see what it is. I don't know what it is. It was above me, and then I relay like the screaming, like the noise that I heard, but I don't know what it is or where it's from.
Can we relay back to him to stay safe? And can you track the van? Like put a tracker on it?
Would I speak of giving us all eels?
I mean, I suppose. I mean, they're also just
give the eel.
it's just tech trackers. We just like. I mean, they make air tags now, so it means that
Yeah, it's like. Does Mikey have a pneumatic? Well, he doesn't need to. He can just throw it with his.
Yeah, literally just make it sticky in my hand and whip it at it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I'll just do that because I assume that would be something we have as a futuristic police force.
Yeah, hit it with a little tracking device. Hit the van with it.
Yeah,
that's fine. You are able to land that. I would say very little problem. But to determine, I guess, its visibility, give me a just a slick roll. I guess is fine. Okay. It will track them to the general vicinity of wherever it is that they're going, but at some point, someone inside must notice it because it stops somewhere in the street. So you have like the radius is we'll say generous, but I'll leave that determining that up to Marisol. Marisol, you are kind of the last one in this roll order. You have the information that there was a tracker that Mikey put on it, the van. You have the general area. What would you like to do with your part of this search effort?
I feel like she would have been the one to go grab their squad car. I'm picture like an SUV. Maybe
Sure.
even grabbed Claudia.
Mm-hmm.
And is like pursuing this van.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, okay. So where are they going?
Well, that depends on what you want to do here, because like the tracker did stop, but it starts to move again. So you can either take it as following where the tracker is now going, or trying to pin down a location where it could have gone, where they might, like, either you're getting baited or they stop somewhere and are now moving again. Which one do you imagine that it is?
I guess we would go to where it stopped.
Okay. You go to where it stops, which is right around, we'll say, here-ish. Like right around there. You have a pretty wide radius area to cover here, so that's going to probably take some time. The amount of places where they could have gone within that time period when it took you to get here to, where it stopped and how far it tracks, it could take you a while.
Couldn't she tell Claudia to keep going with the van to where the tracker is, but like explore this area herself?
Sure, you could.
Okay, she'll do that then. She'll just explore the area where the tracker stopped.
Okay. You don't hear and don't see it. Just give me a suppress roll. Oof, lucky you. You are able to, as you're walking, you hear kind of behind you against a wall. Um, if you were to, I would guess you would look back after hearing those noises.
Oh yeah.
Kind of see a weird outline of yourself just a moment ago. It seemed like the calibration might have been off. It's just carved into the stone of that wall, like right into the brickwork.
Huh.
It's so deep that the part of the wall that looks like you or is your outline, it takes a moment, but eventually falls out of the wall, like it's as if it had been cleanly carved.
She's gonna take a couple steps back and look up, because she remember Mikey saying that something attacked him from the air.
Yeah, hard to say. You don't have the vision that he does, or the sensory ability, but it's very possible, yeah, that something had just been fired at you from high above. Hard to say, though.
Just that open street? Where's she
Yeah,
at?
you're just in an open street right now.
What's the nearest building?
To where you are, there's a lot of residential buildings. There's a couple stores, that sort of thing. The reason the radius is so huge is because there are a lot of different areas that this van could have gone off into. I'll give you just generally, it is the same four cardinal directions. So you have east, west, north, and south. The tracker has gone to the we'll say east-ish, a little bit east-ish. The other than that, it's hard to say quite what direction.
She'll head west.
Okay, heading west. There are people that see you walking. You're just walking around like a normal person, right?
Yeah, she is.
Okay. You are stopped at a certain point by an armored response unit. When he sees you just walking around, he holds up a hand. There are a few other armored response units next to him to try to like flag you down.
Hey, what's the deal?
The guy hefts a rather large rifle over his shoulder. He looks you over for a moment. You got any papers? ID? Anything?
Of course I do. I didn't realize I was walking into a restricted area here.
Well, he holds his hand open. Produce them.
She'll reach in and look for her badge. Look, I'm pursuing someone, alright?
Aqua. He looks it over. Oh, okay. He tosses it back to you. Well, there's nothing going on in this part of town, so you might as well just go back to, what is it, the trenches or whatever. Maybe they got some ashes you can kick around. See if there's any crimes hiding under there.
What's...
One of the other guys next to him spits on the ground.
Just like that, huh?
Look, we don't want any trouble, officer. We heard there's been a lot of friendly fire events lately, so we're trying to keep really good trigger discipline right now. You know what I'm saying?
We're pursuing a dangerous individual. My task right now is pretty important. I could even use your cooperation.
They all start laughing when you say cooperation. Look at this, a real Girl Scout. No, 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 no. We're here. You're over there. That's that. Good luck with your pursuit of a dangerous individual. As far as I'm concerned, most dangerous individual on this particular block happens to be you, officer.
She stands down. Alright, understood. And she'll go turn the nearest corner and like relay to the group that she hasn't been able to see anything at the place where the tracker cut out. But there's also a bit of a blockade from whatever the district's officers are.
All right. So with all of that information, you can either try to, as a team, get through this area to the west or go to where the tracker is. The tracker hasn't moved. Once it started going somewhere, it didn't go anywhere else. You agree to meet at that location, wherever it is. You find that it is a diner.
Man, there's no way.
There is nobody inside. On the outside is parked a very expensive looking black luxury vehicle.
A black van, you might say?
No,
Oh.
like a coupe.
Yeah, we'll go in.
Okay, you go into the diner. Inside of the diner, there is, we'll just say, a couple staff who are very, very nervously cleaning cleaning the tables. One of them is putting food out on the counter, where there is a rolled up newspaper, a what looks like an assortment of half-eaten candy bars that have been stacked and piled neatly in front of that place on the counter, and what looks like an apple that has a huge bite taken out of it. The staff at the diner all seem, you don't need to even have supernatural perception. They are all very nervous. There's no one at the counter where the candy bars and apple are.
Enya's gonna peek behind the counter and look down.
There is a waitress there kind of staring at you. Very wide eyes.
Hey, no reason to be nervous. I just have some questions.
We all do.
She looks at you. Are any of you visibly wearing a badge?
I mean, I guess Enya's is hanging around her neck now, like on a chain.
Okay. We'll say that she sees that badge, and the waitress is like, "Your friend's in the bathroom. Are you here to get him?"
Her eyes dart around, like, quickly. What? Our friend? Yeah, we are.
Great. Make it quick.
She does. She goes right to that bathroom and swings that door wide open.
Inside of the bathroom, you find that there is, it looks like somebody has taken all of the toilet paper in every single stall, pulled it off of the roll, and just started streaming it around the room. There is hand soap that's just poured all over the floor. And a couple of the lights are just broken out. It looks like a tornado hit this place.
She's gonna step inside.
Okay. On the inside, you hear, because there's two bathrooms. Actually, there's three. So inside of that one, you hear something coming from the middle bathroom. Sounds like the following kind of sound.
That's bathroom?
The middle bathroom.
Like a stall?
No, there's 3 bathrooms in the diner. There's one male, one female, and one non-binary, more or less.
Okay, she's gonna go into that middle stall that just or bathroom that made a bunch of noise just now. That's really sus, you know?
Inside of the bathroom, you see a figure spinning around with its arms outstretched, and toilet paper kind of streamed all about him like hair or a headscarf. That figure is Director Elfman.
Oh.
He is clutching the tracker to his chest and spinning and just singing very bad opera. Ave. He stops when he sees you. Do you mind?
It's a public restroom.
For now. He pulls the toilet paper off of his head. Well, if my performance is going to be interrupted, let us have a nice civil conversation over a cup of coffee about patronage of the fine arts. Yes. He starts walking towards you. Are you a fan of the arts?
She's gonna stare at him, just standing straight, but she's gonna bark over her shoulder for the others to, like, come in here. And look right back at him. Look, what are you doing here?
You should move out of my way so that I can enjoy my meal. I was working on a pyramid of candy bars and an apple. It's not going to eat itself, is it? Is it?
Don't you usually look for some sort of protein to eat with your meals?
He starts walking by you. He's trying to just slip by you.
She's
You can't stop him.
well, she's gonna try. She's gonna shoot her arm out to connect with the wall.
You thought you were in front of him, but you weren't.
Hey!
Feel him grace by you. Ooh. He starts walking by. I'm assuming the rest of you are there.
Yes.
I'll go sit in the spot right next to where his apples and candy bars were.
Okay. Yeah, he just is walking through your group, like just kind of casually moving aside, stepping, gliding, kind of just almost like slithering or snaking around. Slippery in his movements. If you try to stop him physically, he just kind of just pushes by as if he were coated in oil. He will even bend like backwards in half almost and then flop back to being normal and simply step by as if you weren't there until he returns to his seat. And yes, that is where Ice Peak is waiting. Yeah, he is about as slippery as Mikey. Maybe not quite as goopy. Ice Peak, he just sits down at the counter and begins to, you see him pick up the apple that he was eating and then start running his tongue all along its flesh.
Okay.
And every single time that he passes his tongue over it, a layer of the apple is gone. He's been eating half of this thing, just like licking it down, basically.
Yum. Ice Peak doesn't seem phased, but her own way of eating is equally as strange. So why have you called us here?
I think that it's time that I have a little chat with you aqua goons. One-on-one time with me, Director Elfman. I'm sure it's a great honor to get to talk to the future Secretary of Defense for the Guam Military Complex.
It seems more unfortunate.
We need privacy for this one. So he looks at the staff. Take a break. Oh, I don't know. 30 minutes. Do I need that long? No, but I like to take a 29-minute breather. The staff, frightened out of their mind, all begin to run towards the back and basically like are out of sight. Director Elfman leans back in his seat and starts to unpeel one of the candy bars that he was eating. You can tell from the bites and the way that the state of the packaging, he was just taking bites out of these with the wrapper on. Fascinating thing, candy.
Like we're all in vicinity, right?
What kind of stance or position do you guys want to take? You can, wherever Ice Peak is. I know it's like there's a vision thing, so I'll just drag something a little closer so you can see the setup going on. So you can take a defensive position. You can just try to play it casual, or what do you want to do? You have Director Elfman pretty much cornered in this restaurant.
He'll stand over here with his arms crossed.
Okay. Director Elfman, once he sees you guys are all taking positions like that.
Yes.
Okay. He sees the whole group assembled. Good, 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 good. There's a woman you're looking for. Isn't there? Oh, I know it. You don't need to tell me. I am a mind reader.
Yeah, that's the likely explanation. Not that you're also pursuing her. Right.
Can't pursue what you've already caught.
Alright. We're listening.
The entire operation in the trenches was to flush out one little bird that I wanted to catch and put in a cage. And though it was slow, eventually she was caught. By yours truly, of course. I only had to wait and look and watch, and it helps to have an eye in the sky.
Alright, what do you want for her?
What are you offering, a trade with me? What could you even have to trade?
She's just a homeless girl that needs help. What do you want with her?
No, not just some homeless girl. She's a prize catch. She's the fish of the day.
She's, as I said, you do realize you're not working within the law. We can't arrest you for kidnapping.
You're going to arrest me, officer?
In this case, yes.
You have nothing. No charges. No evidence. No recordings. You have nothing. You can try if you'd like, but let's face it. I wouldn't have gotten to where I am today if it were that easy to pin something on me, would I? There are ways and means to evade the petty law enforcement that attempts to stifle my creativity and professionalism in whatever jealous little way they can. Bugs that they are! Yes, insects. He starts fiddling with the candy bar, and he notices as he pulls it closer, there is an ant crawling along the top of one of them. Insects. His eyes glance over at a flypaper strip.
You say catch of the day. Well, what is she to you if not some homeless girl that's lost? You're a racist, right? Towards us fish folk. What do you care about her?
Racist towards fish folk. Oh my. That's scandalous. It's libel. It's slander, and I won't hear of it again. No, I love mermen so much. You know, children like to buy toy soldiers and set them up in little wars against one another. They pick the coolest looking toys with the coolest looking guns, and they make them fight in epic battles on a carpet. In the background, a Hot Wheels car spins out, flips over, explodes, and burns G.I. Joe and Barbie, who are on their way to get eloped. Her mother wouldn't hear of it. A military man, well, that's out of the question. But Barbie had a dream house in mind. No, I don't hate mermen. They're great, really.
Barbie had a dream house in mind, and that's why you love mermen?
No, he's just playing with his toys.
Indeed, I am. He quickly plucks the ant from the candy bar and holds it next to his teeth, which chatter as he talks. I like toys. I like the way that they play. And he starts chomping on the ant.
Hey, don't they have medication for people like you? Should, I don't know, not be in this position. Seems like a lot of pressure for you.
There's no pressure for me. You see, long ago, I was nothing more than a failing scientist, a researcher. I worked in technology and information, hoping to fish a nice government contract, an easy job with an easy life here in Guam, a nation that was rich with resources. But I had an accident one day while I was fishing. It was a nasty one. I pulled something up in my net, put it in a bucket, looked at it. Into the darkness, I saw something looking back at me, two eyes looking right back at me, two eyes glowing in the dark, burning, and then four eyes, and then six eyes. What was I looking at? I don't know. It jumped into my mouth. It ate my tongue. I woke up. My tongue was fine. I'm fine. Now look at me, successful. A star of Stella Maris of the world stage, a top man in law enforcement. It was like a genie that granted my wish. The only wish that I wish it would grant is the wish for more fish. More fish for my wish. I want a fish wish. Fish wish sandwich.
Enya's eyes widen as she listens, as she realizes how suddenly even more horrifying it is that, well, likely a crown has gotten to this guy, and that explains his craziness.
I believe you have a parasite. Would you like me to examine your tongue?
You want to look at my tongue? He sticks his tongue out Go ahead, Doc. Look at it.
I look at his tongue.
Oh. And he's gonna. Okay, never mind.
It seems like a normal pink tongue, a little limp. He's just smiling as his tongue is flopping out of his mouth.
The last tongue I observed tried to explode me from your particular brand of soldiers.
It was a normal tongue when we met.
Can I reach over and like lift it up? Look
Sure.
around at it. Yeah. Oh, this is gonna happen. I snap on gloves and I reach into his mouth. Yay!
Yeah, well, it's hanging out of his mouth. You just grab it.
Yeah, I gently like lift it up. Yeah.
Okay, it falls right out.
Oh.
It's severed at the end.
No, I'm holding a tongue now.
It is, yeah, he just sees you do that and then he starts falling backwards out of his chair laughing. Ah, got you with the old fake tongue! That's not my tongue! Ah, you fell for it! The oldest trick in the book! That's somebody else's tongue!
It's a living tongue.
It's somebody's tongue that he has actually, it looks like it was bitten out of somebody else's mouth.
I calmly bag the tongue and say, well, now I have evidence that you have been keeping, I'm sure your saliva will be on this, and somebody's tongue is missing.
Yes, somebody's tongue is missing. I wonder whose. Ooh, I wonder if you check the DNA on that tongue. Whose tongue do you think it is? Could it belong to somebody you know? Do you think that my van's only picked up one person today?
And it starts sweating.
I'm holding a lot of cards, dear. So many. Because it is almost time for a celebration. No more surprises. No more tricks. It won't be necessary soon enough.
There's no need for tricks. Who did you pick up?
Oh. He leans back over to his food and starts poking at it. The other day, someone came into my establishment and slapped me in the face. I was offended, naturally, but I let it go.
You didn't.
Didn't what, dear?
You took Clint?
Who? I don't know who that is. I'm afraid my memory is failing me. Who are you referring to?
Why show yourself here? Why have this talk with us? You're taunting us, clearly.
Oh, I thought it would be a good and sporting thing to offer you all one last chance to, how do I say it, get with the winning team. Should I lay it out for you, plainly, all of you? I can, I will.
You seem to know that you're a victim. Is that what you're about to say?
Not quite. How to put this? Humanity is coming to a close. Sooner rather than later. I project within the next century, maybe less. The human population will be cut down to such an insignificant number that there will be barely anyone left at all to put up any resistance to the overwhelming swarm of, well, all of you. The numbers don't lie.
It's the future. It's not made yet. We can still coexist. Just no one's willing to give it a chance is all.
So you say. Personally, I think it's fine. I think it's more than fine, even. You see, all we need to do is push humanity towards a sort of post-humanism, locked away in their mechanical bodies and their various little cases, molds, and forms, removed of as much biological matter as possible. They'll be harmless, silicon, sexless, fangless things, no teeth at all. Well, they'll be worried about how they'll create their little colonies here and there, and maybe they'll even go to space. But effectively, he makes scissor motions with his fingers. They'll be neutered. And all of you will be the new royalty of this world, the new guard. Personally, I have seen quite a bit in the way of environmental conservation from the merman community, so I expect a more sustainable rulership of sovereignty, good providence, and all of that, right? Good shepherds and gardeners.
Sure, there's probably several of us.
Right. For now. There are also those of you who are weak, and those of you who are defiant, and those of you who just want to get in the way for the sake of throwing your weight around. You'll slow things down, muck things up, do whatever you can to stop the fire from burning the forest down. Boo hoo hoo. Who cares? They're going to die. You don't have to.
I don't like it when you smash my toys.
Everyone gets too old for those anyway. He throws his candy bar at a wall.
Nonsense. Even adults love toys.
I suppose you have me there. I've acquired myself a new doll. You see, that woman that you are pursuing, we know about her. It's imprinted into our minds that we know who she is. Sort of prophecy foretold in the genetics. There will be one. We should find her. I have done what the others failed miserably at, and of course I will receive all of the credit. Every single last drop.
This is quite the manipulation at a large scale.
Do you really do you believe? Do you think it's impressive? Say that. Say that you think it's impressive. Say it. Say it.
Oh, the logistics involved are all the people that need to be. Yeah, it's something.
He practically throws himself back against the counter with one hand braced against his chest and the other one sprawled out. Oh, yes. Tell me more. It's evil. It's very sinister. You're all power. Just you know.
No, I'm done.
There are some occasional flaws in your plan.
How was that? I have your Mr. Rogers. I have the girl. I have the guns. What do you have, Aqua, other than, I don't know, moxie? Is that still a word?
Yes.
Oh, well, there are other people than us on your trail.
Oh, like who?
I don't know, but he made the words he a lot.
Michael! God damn it! That bastard won't lay a single finger on my prize. Oh, I hate that pretty boy. He's just Peter Pan.
He was
What?
He was one step behind us.
Only one step. He may be equal steps. Who knows? At this point.
It's fine. He does so much walking backwards that I'm sure he's lost track of where he is. You believe anyone ever being threatened by that weird dandy? Well,
Yes,
he
let's
is.
not hope he gets any of the credit.
He won't, and I'll make sure of it. But first, a message from our sponsors. He sits up straight in his seat and pulls one of the candy bars from the pile and stretches it out. The label on the candy bar says Bonkers. Bonkers bar. It'll drive you crazy with flavor. And he starts just shoving it into his open mouth without chewing.
There's no audience. It's just us in this room. You see?
Do you want to buy a Bonkers bar?
No.
Damn it!
I
This
don't know how,
close.
I don't know how expensive they are.
They're affordable.
I am on a liquid only diet.
Oh, that's okay. He puts the Bonkers bar into a glass of water and then starts stabbing into it with a steak knife. It comes in a shake!
Enya's gonna be walking out the diner, by the way.
You're just leaving.
Yeah, just casually walking out.
He's gonna point at you as you're leaving. I wouldn't go anywhere if I were you.
Oh, why not? I gotta make it obvious where we're at so Michael can find us.
He'll find us soon enough.
Is he gonna let her leave? Her door's on the handle.
If you open that door, you're dead. I guarantee it.
Pause, and there might be like a sweat drop rolling off her as she thinks about this. Well, if you're expecting him to show up sooner than later. Again, what do you want with us? You want us to join your side? We're obviously gonna say no.
You might say no right now, but you'll see soon enough that there aren't many options left. The humans are done. The, Michael, or whatever his name is, I barely know the guy, to be honest with you. He's not gonna do much at this point. He's a little bit monomaniacal. And once he knows that I've succeeded, I don't think that he'll have the motivation to be a proper guide or anything. Well, who else is there then? Rihanna. She's got a headache.
Well,
Brittany.
he has a headache as well.
So they say. I personally think that he's just napping.
Wait, go on. Who's Brittany?
Oh, you don't know? Well, there's Michael. There's Brittany. And there's Danny. He just slowly starts unbuttoning his shirt.
Wait, well, it's not hot in here.
Oh, it's not hot. But it's gonna be. It's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot. I'm gonna take my clothes off. He tears his shirt open, revealing a large amount of tattoos on his body, and his true tongue, comes just streaming down his face, revealing his total form. He just looks like a normal human, except for the tongue.
Okay.
Enya's gonna try to open that door.
Uh, the moment you do, you feel something underneath the handle kind of poking you very sharply.
She's gonna look down.
It's a tongue.
Oh no!
There are tongues embedded kind of within the metal. There are tongues. You can notice beneath the light sockets, there's one tongue is just pushing up a salt shaker and shaking it around in the air.
Yeah, her boot's gonna come down and try to stomp them off her wrist.
Stomp them off your wrist?
Well, it's like connected to the door, right? Everything.
Yeah. Sure. Give me a suppress roll. A 5. You can't quite seem to stomp on it, but you stop yourself before you push any further because the sharpness of the tip of the tongue could go right through your foot.
Alright. Well, she's gonna try to go for a dive on his human form.
Oof. You managed to grab him. He's just standing there with you grabbing him.
Okay, well, can she, like, she's gonna try to handcuff him. As ridiculous as that seems.
He lets himself get cuffed while he's shirtless and his tongue's hanging out.
Look, you're getting out of control, alright? Like, we've been through this thing with crowns already. If one of you could just for once, just get arrested so we can book you. And she's just gonna keep, like, talking.
Just kind of letting it happen, just looking at the rest of you. Are you going to let her just arrest me like this? Do you think this is a good idea?
Listen, I just let Enya do what she wants. But, I mean... I don't really agree with you. So...
It is not like the first crown. We have her arrested.
Technically, second crown at this point.
I had heard the rumor that Rihanna was not feeling well and that she had, been taken in by somebody. Hold on. He, where did you cuff him?
You know, just the usual ankle, wrist rather.
Like behind or in front of him?
Behind.
Okay, yeah, you just see his tongue just kind of arch back, quickly whip at the cuffs and snap the chain.
Oh.
Just a single. He just kind of begins pulling the cuffs off of his hand. You can hear the bones dislocating, some of them cracking as he just pulls them off. There we go. They were a bit tight. You'll have to find them in my size, I think.
Be careful, you may have to find a new host.
Oh, this one is perfect.
Not
Watch.
with broken wrists.
He holds up his broken, dangly wrist, and you can see the bones just kind of reconnecting. You can even hear some of the muscle reknitting. Easy. One's molecular control extends to one's host. If one is smart enough to exercise it in such a way, you can keep a host alive forever if you need to. Just a little lesson from me to you, little... He just starts pinching your cheek, Ice Peak.
Oh, she hates this, but she did find that fascinating, but she hates the she leads away.
You are all playing the longest con that's ever been played. Well, that's not true. I read a history book once. Hated it. I did. Reading is for dummies. It's all about burning the book, dividing it up into little lines, and then up the old nostrils. It's the easiest way to absorb educational materials.
You could just read it.
Nonsense takes too long. Yes, I don't have the time.
There isn't enough time.
Just do it when you're on the toilet?
The toilet. Funny you should mention that. Where was I before? Yes, humanity is in the shitter. Thank you. It is. How easy are they to manipulate? Look at them, turning their hatred against you, against them. Finding the remnants of the knife party, organizing them, revitalizing them was simple. Getting them whipped into a frenzy, focusing their efforts on Guam. Also very easy because you know it's so close to Atlantis that they have to do it. It's the front line, their first line of defense against the invading merman hordes. Getting them to pour so many resources, so much money into a trustworthy, very powerful, high stakes political figure. Well, that's just a slam dunk if you're a knife party person. I'm taking all of those little blades and I'm putting them in a drawer.
It's actually pretty smart to already use a system in place. Nefarious, even.
I think so as well. And all of those little soft cell members that you keep running into. Well, for example, he reaches into his pants pocket and pulls out a familiar metal heart with a copper cross on it. You recognize this?
Do we?
Yes. Well, maybe.
Didn't we find that?
It was one of the last effects of Officer Gory Newman. He died fighting you while I was searching for that little girl. Would you like to know Officer Newman's story? Well, it won't be long, I can assure you. His father was a policeman who died in the line of duty, killed by Daganites. He never got to make good with his father. He was a burnout, an alcoholic, in and out of the system, and only his father was there to keep him from serving any real jail time. So a promise of keeping his record clean and giving him state of the art cybernetics, well, he couldn't refuse. And of course, it allowed him to get revenge on those damned Dagonite scum. Oh, and he pulls out a photo of a family. You don't know these people, but they were burned alive in a wreckage. It's true. There was a pileup on a highway somewhere on the west coast of America. Oh, the only survivor was a woman who got burned up as well. So I offered her a choice. See, she knew the reason all those cars blew up was because of Daganites. So Officer Anthrax decided that she would undergo a little bit of radical surgery and become a weapon against the invasive species that had taken her family away from her. Boo-hoo, Annie girl. They look so sweet. He starts licking the photo.
It makes sense that these people are hurt. That does open them up to being manipulated. Sure. It's also sad that they have these reasons.
Sad. Do you think it's sad?
Yeah, of course I do.
I don't. I don't think it's sad at all.
Of course you don't. You're a predator. This is all going to... It's working towards what you want. Clearly.
It's true. I am a predator. I prey on humanity as I was born to do and all of you were born to do before you found Jesus or something. what was it? A pamphlet at a bus stop that changed your mind? Who can say?
The light.
Oh, the light. Oh, boy. Come on, Mr. Frodo. Let's go over to the whatever the King's Landing. The light. Who cares about light?
Of course you wouldn't understand it. You're so far from it. But it is just a matter of letting everyone know. Just unraveling all this. Once they find out that it's you behind it all, well, wouldn't it be fun to find out if that's all it takes? Just let us go. Let us be toys.
You think that I should let you go and mess up my plans, and then give you the shot because it'd be fun for me? Is that your angle here?
Wouldn't it?
He just grabs you by the collar and lifts you up. And starts shaking you.
Hey.
This is what it means to feel like a toy. It's not the one who makes the commands, it's the one who is commanded. You are just a toy.
Shaking you very violently.
Her tail is gonna come up and just wrap around his arm as she tries to hang on.
It takes it right off. His arm, that is. You drop down, holding his arm.
Hey. Easy.
Little help. He holds his other arm out. Little help. Could you just hand that back? No pun intended. Could you hand that back to me? I'm disarmed, officer. Could you give me that arm?
She's gonna pick up the arm and throw it out the window.
The arm holds onto the window frame before you throw it out.
Well, it's over there if you want it.
It starts walking around on its fingers. The break where it broke off of him, it looks like almost a segment, like a meaty, almost like a grapefruit that you cut in half. It's just this clean separation.
She's gonna pick up a table and just slam it on it.
He watches you just get slam his arm. The arm
with the edge, yeah.
Yeah, the arm just kind of shakily gets back up and starts walking again. Director Elfman is just watching this happen.
Look, this is all ridiculous. Just take me up on my offer, right? You already have our friend.
I have a better idea.
Go on.
Well, I have a little place in town called the Non-Stop Enforcement Cabaret. Have you heard of it?
We've been there, yeah.
Good. You just swing on by whenever you feel like it, and you can pick up your friend and the lady and everyone. You only have to make it to my office and let me know in person. You have to be able to do that by... He looks down at his watch, which is completely smashed. What is that number? Is that a G? No, it's ampersand? Ampersand o'clock.
That's not a number.
I've given you my terms. What say you?
Wait, no. Is that a 5 or an 8?
It's an ampersand.
That doesn't make any sense.
You don't make any sense.
I completely make sense. This arm disrespected me, so now I'm disrespecting it in turn. What have I done lately that's been nonsensical?
Well, you tried to arrest me. That was probably a mistake.
That's protocol. It's part of my job.
He sits down in the chair and just looks at his, I guess, ruined arm.
Job? What is a job anyway? Have you guys ever really thought about it? You're being paid by people who are going to stop existing within your lifetimes, probably. I mean, they'll exist, but they'll just be more like, I don't know, balled up tinfoil, just barely in a corner somewhere in an apartment that 3 roommates share because money's tight.
And just looking up at a clock, wondering what ampersand was. She starts to grab people. Hey, we gotta go. She'll hold up a hand like, hey, we get your terms. If they're there, then we'll be there. Before this ampersand.
Before the ampersand.
Right. Kid.
Oh, but he looks at his like broken watch again. Reschedule for tomorrow. I think for today I need to make some preparations.
She's just staring at him.
Well, I need to go. I have to do hot yoga and then cold yoga and then room temperature yoga. It's going to take my whole day.
Isn't that just yoga?
It is.
She's still staring. Look, okay, we're gonna go.
Okay, but don't go to the non-stop enforcement cabaret before tomorrow, because if you do, I will execute every party involved. I'll do it as soon as I see you on any cameras. And by the way, did I mention, he points up, there's one really high camera. It's really high. That guy is having a very bad time.
You know how easy it is to convince a human to crawl into a box with rockets strapped to it, go all the way up on a weapons platform, and just float out there, surviving on nutrient paste and radio waves like some sort of satellite? It's insane. He's been up there for years.
Enya's got like a finger rubbing her eye as she's like wincing down and suppressing, just sort of like a just listening to that. Alright, we get it. You've got a lot of hostages.
A ton of hostage. I have all of Guam held hostage. I have the world held hostage. I have a gun to the head of every sweet British nanny that just wants to teach your kids a song about brushing their teeth at night.
Oh no!
Mrs. Goodrich, who's the man with the gun? Oh, he looks scared. His finger's shaking on the trigger. Don't do anything. Don't do anything rash.
I'm sure there's only one you really care about.
Well, there's a few I care about, actually. There's this wonderful actor that's just came out of Scotland. He's just so dynamite at he gets all these great roles, but they're usually secondary, like supporting roles. His name is Eric Kine or something, I think, like that. And he's really some of the work he did on Rotoscope 5000.
In the background, there's just like a beating kind of sound.
Hey, I'm trying to talk!
And he's just trying to pulverize that arm at this point because she can't. She's
just mush.
We're gonna go. All right. We'll see you again.
Tomorrow o'clock. Ampersand o'clock. Be there o'clock.
Ampersand. You've got it.
He starts buttoning his shirt back up and putting his clothes back on. All right. Well, I'll see you there. I can't wait.
Yeah, she's gonna make her way outside and talk to the staff to let them know not to go in there for another.
Oh, they're not there, man.
They're not.
Gone. Yeah, they ran.
I saw that tongue. I was like, nope, I don't want any part of whatever this is.
They're smart. They're so smart.
You see Director Elfman, once you move away, he picks up the mush that is his arm and just puts it back on the socket and just pushes it through the sleeve. He's just got a mushy, broken, battered remnant of an arm hanging out of that sleeve. Okay, well, this has been fun. I'm going to go. Is there any notes that you would like to give me for the next time that we meet? Perhaps how quickly you would like to die, or allergies, any relevant fears that I could exploit.
She's gonna dead-eye just stare at him and say, well, if you bring us all a sample of a Bonkers bar, maybe we'll take one.
Bonkers what?
Are you... Okay.
I don't know. Don't worry about it.
She's just gonna rub her face.
Yeah,
And then...
you can. He starts motioning towards the doors. You can leave. I have a musical number to finish here. You interrupted it.
With yourself?
Again, I don't. Guys, we should really have better things to do.
Enya's gonna call the local police down to this location, if they haven't, just so they can deal with this shit, and not them anymore. Yeah.
Oh, you try to call it in?
Yeah.
Mike's
Yeah.
gonna stop her and just be like, it wouldn't matter. Like he's a crown. Do you really want to send a bunch of people?
You should
Normal
meet
people?
the lovely people that are in charge of the jurisdiction here.
No, he's not a person that's gonna have a change of heart.
Oh, that's not true. I've decided I'm a good boy now.
Stop.
He walks towards your group. I'm in Aqua now.
No, Jesus Christ. Okay, and yeah, Mikey's gonna also go to leave.
Yeah, he's going to leave along with you.
Are you in Aqua now?
He is just walking like he's one of the boys. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, you know what? This works. Let's go. Let's all get in the SUV.
Yes, I'll get the car.
Yeah, he gets in the car.
This is what I want after all, friendship. Everyone just getting along. This is good.
Where are we going now, Aqua Team?
Do you have any connections to Dorabo?
Dorabo. I might. Why?
Oh, just curious.
Who do you think helped us get all this good fancy money?
No, are they also selling the Bonkers bars and the, I assume, explosive motorcycles?
Oh, all of that. No, that is just knife party technology. It was just left around after the wars. I heard rumor that there's even a couple of nuclear submarines just sitting somewhere at the bottom of the ocean. I've been looking for them.
Oh,
Ocean
I'd
is-
always heard that Avicii had eaten those.
No, they're knife party tech. Oh, getting my hands on those glorious bad boys would make this whole genocide thing way quicker, let me tell you. I could just, wow, all of them.
I do not see why you wish to destroy all of your toys.
You make new ones.
I'm gonna suggest that we go eat real quick.
We were already at a diner. Don't you want to go back into the diner? They have bang-up apples.
I believe the staff have been chased away at this one.
Damn all this Stella Marie's crime!
Oh my god.
Was there not a place you wish to get into, Enya, that we could not before? But now we have a guest.
Where might that be?
No place comes to mind. You know what? We don't need to eat. It's fine.
You know why? There is a nice place we could eat. Have you heard of the non-stop enforcement cabaret?
Yes.
I
Well,
heard it wasn't open
Is there
until
food?
ampersand.
We have a buffet.
I don't know if we can go. I mean, we were told pretty clearly to stay away from that place by a higher up. What do you think?
I know the owner. I think I can get us in.
I mean, are you sure? Like, when was the last time you talked to him?
Well, it was just now.
Well, what'd they say?
They said yes.
Oh, well, if they said yeah, then let's go in.
Let's go in.
I don't like the whole satire with my job, which I take very seriously while I'm eating. Just taking a break, you know?
Oh yeah, we could all just let's all just take a break let's just take a break and enjoy the nice buffet. Come on, let's go. What are you waiting for?
No.
No?
No?
No, I'll pass.
You'll pass?
Tanner doesn't want to
I
pass
can-
the whole thing.
I can drop you off. Yeah, Towner can go with you. He's always hungry.
I don't. I don't want to go alone.
Wait a moment.
And you
None of you want to go?
and he's just staring at
Oh,
Towner.
no, we were looking to go.
I get the feeling this is a pity thing now. You don't really want to go, do you?
No, we want to go. We've heard it. We've been there once before. It seemed like a nice place to go again.
I did
Yeah,
like
yes,
the
there's-
dancers.
They're strippers, and the drinks are watered down and expensive, like people like.
So,
Ooh.
and yeah, I know what you're getting at by staring at Towner, but Towner is just staring at you because he's not getting it.
Towner, we're gonna go. We'll go. I'm sure they have. If nothing else, if they don't have a lot of good food, they just have a lot of food in general.
I like food.
Exactly. You'll be
Well,
good.
Let's all go then. What are you waiting for? It's almost. He looks down at his smashed watch. Ampersand o'clock.
Look, your manipulation's not gonna work on us, alright? You gave us your terms.
Manipulation!
Yes, he's quite clearly stating we are hostages and that we should go before he attacks us all.
Fine.
He actually looks at you, Ice Peak, like he's unsure. Yeah, yes! That's it. What she said.
So we all pile in, right? Head to the cabaret.
Yeah, I assumed we were in the car going there.
Ice Peak, yeah, he's sitting in the back of the SUV. He'll insist that Ice Peak sit next to him.
Sure.
You sit right here.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna like look at you very closely.
Mm-hmm.
That's not your real face, is it?
I assume none of us are wearing our real face.
No, I don't mean like that. Gonna poke your nose.
But she does not like that. She allows him with like no reaction.
This cartilage is squishy and fresh.
I am made of many creatures, as I assume you are.
Nice try.
She reaches into her mouth and just takes her tongue and pulls it out until it becomes a lamprey.
Yeah. Yeah. A lesser parasite. Keep it away, keep it away.
She'll wiggle at it at him.
No!
I know your tactics because I use your tactics.
He leans over. I don't think so. You see, the small slivers that make up muscle each contain, pretty large quantity of DNA. It only takes one thread to take over a whole organism, manipulating it, transforming it, until eventually you get to something, useful. You need a whole eel. He pulls a single thread of pink off of his tongue and then kind of dangles it. I only need one of these.
I see, and do you need the full horse or only their blood?
He just slowly starts feeding the pink thread up his own nose.
Ooh.
Sorry, what was that?
Whether you need the full host or only their blood.
No, I've never really bothered checking to see exactly what it is. Although there was a dead guy who still had a tongue, and that worked just fine.
So they do require a tongue.
Yes, or I can make them one.
I see, so you could make me a tongue.
I could. Do you want one?
No, thank you.
No, hold on. No need to be humble about this. I understand you're in the presence of a celebrity. He starts knitting together little pink threads in the background. There we go. Over, yep, and then through there, and then he's just. It looks like he's knitting.
She feels very uncomfortable.
And he holds up one pristine tongue.
There you are.
I open a plastic baggie.
Well, you're not going to wear it.
I need an occasion to do so.
You want this in your baggie so you can investigate it as evidence, don't you?
No, that's my job.
No, you.
He points at you, Mikey.
Yeah, I'm CSI.
Don't you think it's disrespectful to wear your hat in a car?
I was never told that.
Well, now you are being told it is disrespectful to wear a hat inside of a car. Remove your hat. Go on, remove the hat.
Okay.
Yeah, he takes his hat off, and now he's just sitting there.
Why do
Yeah,
I imagine when he pulls off his hat, it's kind of like sticky?
Yeah, is it?
No, I would
What?
say, yeah, he doesn't have goop just running out of his head.
He's gonna, and then once you take off the hat, Director Elfman will hand you a cheap plastic comb. Hey, well, just fix it up a bit. It's just you're a professional. You're on the job. Well, sort of. You're off duty, but grooming is important. Yeah, just go ahead. He holds out the plastic comb. Go ahead there.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, now. He looks around at the rest of you. Was anyone like a mint?
No, I'm okay.
What about you, Officer? What was it? Cornwall?
Cornell.
Okay, sure. Officer Cornell. If he just holds out the box of mints. Would you like one?
Sure. She'll take one.
It's a very just regular mint. There. Now we're ready. As a member of the Aqua Unit, I find that it is most important to present a more publicly acceptable countenance, image. You understand the importance of image, don't you?
We do. It's important to us. We, in a way, represent our community after all, and that goes to many layers. Speaks to, rather.
Yes. Now, on to the non-stop enforcement cabaret where we'll all enjoy a good buffet together and laugh and sing. And then eventually you'll try to unfurl some sort of wacky scheme to defeat me. You will, right? That is the plan, isn't it?
She's gonna cock her eyebrow and just look up at the rearview mirror.
Oh my.
In a way?
He leans back in his seat. I must be quite the confident villain or complete buffoon to simply walk into such a thing.
I would assume you have more than one host.
No, just this one. Little old Danny. That's me. probably just kill me right now if he really wanted. I'm outnumbered for certain. I'm inside of a very closed off vehicle. Wouldn't be hard. Wouldn't be hard at all.
It's like she said, you probably have more than one host.
Just the one.
You have every reason to lie.
The thing is, when my life is on the line, the stakes are high. I have a condition that I keep with myself. I do not lie.
Oh. Well, we aren't either.
I know a liar when I see one. We can all be good friends. Isn't friendship really the end goal here? Just being friends?
Yes?
Good. Then let's enjoy a nice lunch together and talk. Maybe when we're done, you won't even need to go back to being a police officer with the Stella Maris Police Department. You could become a soft cell employee and you won't even need to get Tin Man parts to do it, I promise. Little shot polish, nice uniform. It could work out.
Well, it's good to keep an open mind, I guess.
So are you really gonna go to the cabaret? You're gonna take him there?
We're gonna try to chop him off.
You're not gonna go in?
I mean, he did tell us we could go in. He knows the owner.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's not where they're keeping Clint or the lady.
Maddie.
Right? It's where you originally went, I think, with the two guards.
Yeah.
So would you want to drive there? Try to save our friends, or
well, not with director freaking Elfman.
in our seat?
Yeah.
Nope, we're all going.
Are we okay.
No, I don't know what to do. I don't know either.
I'm guessing Director Elfman does not get out of the SUV.
What do you mean when you go up to the non-stop enforcement cabaret?
Yeah, when we pull up to it.
No, he gets out.
Okay. Does anyone else get out?
Yeah, Mikey would get out.
I mean, yeah, there's a buffet, so of course the Towner gets out of the car.
Anya's gonna be shaking her head at both of them, like, quietly. But when she sees that they're for real leaving, she's gonna look to Ice Peak. She's gonna mouth, "What do we do?"
Ice Peak will get up, but and you might notice that she's noticeably shorter and leaving some of her lampreys behind as she's getting out of this car.
All right.
So if you go, you'll have reinforcements from me. Or if you leave, like, a small child shape of Ice Peak, we'll go to that other facility.
Towner and Mikey are gonna go eat with them for sure, and half of Ice Peak?
3/4 of Ice Peak, yes. As he said, probably the plan is to do some sort of shenanigan to defeat him once we're in there, but I don't know. I have no plans. This is just, we're making it up as we go along, but we are hostages.
If Enya has a second with Claudia in the car, she's gonna mention that she thinks she knows where they need to head to next, but it has to be without Director Elfman. But we, for now, should probably just play into this charade. I don't really want to split up.
Towner's confused, but, like, there's food, maybe? So he's hopeful about that, so... He has hope for the future.
Not for long, I guess.
Yeah, he's gonna try to go up our nose as string and get in at our tongue. So
Oh.
Or your
Yes.
gills.
Yeah, I would like to say Mikey has not used the comb. I'm just worried about what it might actually be, so it's just
Yeah,
easier to not use
he's
it.
already booped my nose. But good news is lampreys don't have a tongue. He tried to knit me a tongue. I don't. I'm just
I
gonna put that in a bag.
What if my tongue is technically my mouth? How does that work?
How does that work? I don't know.
Let's find out.
I mean, have you heard of string theory? Like, what isn't string already that he
Yeah,
could be
everything's
That's
string.
part of?
It's string all the way down, just like tubes.
I mean,
Oh,
tubes
no,
are just
string is just
long
tubes.
strings. Yeah.
String is just like a type of tube. If you think about it.
I don't want to think about it, and you made me think about it.
It's
So,
too deep.
who's really the villain here?
The horsehair worm guy.
Yes. Mikey.
Yes.
Yes, Mikey was the villain this whole time.
I mean, he still is.
Wait, eyes aren't tubes. Are they?
Yes, they are. They have rods and cones.
Two different
Everything is
shapes
Types of tubes.
of
Everything.
tube.
Everything is tubes.
Yeah, and your pupils. That's just a cylinder, baby. And what's a cylinder? Every one tube.
Oh.
Have you ever looked at muscle under a microscope? It's literally just tubes.
Oh.
Or I guess strings, but like same
Yeah.
thing, honestly.
We're breathing through tubes.
We're
That-
just a bunch of tubes.
It's strings, and the way your muscles contract is they're attached to the strings are these little hands. And if you can imagine a hand pulling itself along a rope, that's basically what your muscles are.
What about your toenails?
Toenails are hair? Technically,
Hair is strings,
True.
which are tubes.
everything is strings, all of it.
Cells aren't tubes. Haha. Like
Well,
skin
they
cells.
are circles, which is a very small portion of a tube.
Oh no.
Technically, T cells probably don't even fall under tubes, though.
A blood cell is just like a ring, which is just a tube connected to itself. So.
Oh my god. It runs deep.
Well, he already controls everything, so I think we should just stop here and come up with a new campaign next week.
We got the chaotic ending. Everything became tubes and
The end.
Oops.
It's all tubes.
Even the time loop. That was just a tube all along.
Oh no.
When you really zoom out. Oh.
Yes, you zoom out past the perceivable universe, and it's just a big tube.
Yes.
Oh. You guys all wanted to go to. You wanted to go to the nonstop enforcement cabaret.
Yes, we wanted to.
Yeah, wanted to. Yeah, that's a word for it.
Underlined.
So welcome.
Oh, why is there a giant
Ooh.
Orby thing?
It's a dance light.
yeah.
Oh yeah, sure, that's what that is.
It's a dance floor.
Alright, come on, that's kind of dope.
Oh no, it's totally a dope effect. I'm just
Cool.
gonna.
But concern.
I'm a concern.
Nobody has a hexagon dome that isn't some kind of barrier.
This isn't 5e, it's fun.
I don't trust it.
No.
It's just the lighting, it's fine.
So you arrive at the You arrive at the Nonstop Enforcement Cabaret. It looks about the same as it did last time, a little bit more lively, as there are actually people here. Once you arrive in the cabaret itself, Director Elfman kind of just squeezes past all of you. Welcome, welcome. Make yourself at home. I'll go talk to the owner. You just go ahead and find a table.
Yeah, we'll do that. Thank you. So we don't sneak out, right?
Just running in.
I mean, a lot of us can't be in two places at once. So it would be hard to do that.
Ice Peak is nodding to Mikey, and there are lamprey trying to wrap up the wheel of the car.
Director Elfman has left of his own accord. I mean, you could technically flee if you want.
I mean, we're here and he hasn't killed us, so maybe it's worth investigating while we're here, right? There could be hostages now that we know who he really is.
He is hoping to make us his toys.
It's definitely an angle on us that could work, and maybe is working right now. Sure. But I do think we should check this place out real quick.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
I would prefer to enter as the distraction as we attempt to rescue on our friends.
Feel free to move your icons around. There's some walls, there's some not walls. Don't worry about it too much. Visibility is a little bit limited, but you know, it's a club. The Nonstop Enforcement Cabaret, last time you were here, uh, it's been pretty much the same as it was before. It's got a dance floor, couple stripper poles up and about, a couple cop themed dancers on those poles, little side rooms. They all seem pretty busy. There are people here, even though it's early in the day.
I'm just gonna suggest that they split up and check out different rooms. See who's here.
I want to talk to the first person I run into, which I guess would be this person.
This person right here, they are just like a normal. It seems like a guy who wasn't very successful at talking to people. He's off to the side by himself, holding a drink and swaying to the music, but not doing it very well. He gives you a like quick up nod. What's up?
Hey, how's it going?
You what do you? He looks down at his drink.
Are you? Oh, I was just passing by. Yeah. Was it?
Oh, yeah. He moves. Sorry
Oh, no,
about
you don't
that.
have to. Oh no, you're good, man. I can squeeze right past. Trust me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what's going on? What's going on, bro? You here for the the big show?
Yeah, I mean, a friend of mine had told me about it, but they didn't give me a lot of details. Like, do you know what's going on? Like, because like I said, they didn't give me much to go on, but they made it sound like it'd be cool to be here.
I saw on the flyer half price drinks, big show. They said there's gonna be a lady and some there was gonna be the drinks were half price. It's a buffet, so I was like they got good buffets at places like this. So naturally, yeah, you know, on my break. So I'm,
Yeah.
here I am. My friends all kind of just like left me, but like that's okay with me.
Oh,
I'm
no,
an
that's
yeah, no, it's fine. He just starts drinking whatever's in his hand.
Oh, Well, how about I get you another round then, friend? So you still got a friend here, see?
Hell yeah! All right, yeah. He's moving down to the bar. This is the bar area.
Okay.
It's supposed to have walls up, but yeah, he's
Hang on.
just gonna move to the bar, order a drink.
Oh,
Oh, you measuring if you have enough movement speed?
I didn't know
You're gonna
that.
have to take
would
dash
happen if I
action.
was- I
Take the
didn't know-
dash action. Use your
Yeah.
action.
Scout. I have double. I have double.
Yeah, he's a
movement
monk.
speed.
It's fine.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, basically the monk class. The speed is just a number. I don't need it. I get there.
Good. So you're down there buying a drink for this guy. The drinks are pretty. What Director Elfman said is true. They're a little bit pricier than normal drinks, just like slightly, 25% pricier, and they do look watered down.
so I didn't get your name.
Oh, it's Jimothy.
Oh, okay, Jimothy. Mikey.
Cool. Yeah, yeah, nice to meet you. I haven't made too many friends. It's been a while. I don't know. Everything was a blur a couple decades ago, but I got clean, came to the earth, and just been an old thing happened. Couldn't go home. I'm from the moon, by the way. Which,
Oh, no way.
yeah.
I met somebody else from the moon not too long ago. That's wild. The
Whoa, really?
two moon
Who?
people in my life. Oh, I don't know what happened to him. You probably wouldn't know him.
Yeah, look, if I'm being honest, like I was a wreck up there. Oh man, I did it all. Moon dust, obviously. Lunar cheese. Boy, I had a grater at home.
Yeah.
Shooting stars. I made a lot of wishes, pal. Oof.
No, I understand. I mean, we've got ozone down here, and that seems to
Yeah, that shit's
pretty
weak.
crazy. Really?
Oh, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's not.
crazy
No,
moon.
I heard it's weak.
No, I mean,
I heard it was weak. He starts just kind of scratching his face. Yeah, I don't do that sort of thing anymore. I got a pretty decent job. I'm a contractor for a local music distributor, so like they test us all the time. It's not me. I'm just not my life anymore. That was wild. Those were wild days, but it's not me anymore. Man, it's hot in here. Is it hot in here?
Yeah.
It's really air conditioned.
I was gonna say. I think it's just because there's a lot more people coming in here, and
He buys him another drink. And
Thanks.
he probably gets himself one, and then just goes like, "Yeah, to cool off with." And then like, if he's not looking, he just pours the drink over his shoulder.
Yeah, he doesn't look. Hey, he looks around. You got any of that on you? The ozone.
Oh, no, man, I'm not carrying right now.
Cool. Yeah, it's
'Cause,
fine.
you know,
No,
I
it's
was,
just-
I mean, I was at work too, but like, and I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Because I'm not,
No. Yeah, no, don't worry about it, man. It's like you don't need drugs to have fun. You don't.
No, you don't. I mean,
Yeah,
look,
you don't.
sure,
Yeah,
but,
exactly. You don't, right? Yeah.
We're having drinks. We're having a great time.
Yeah, he's just chugging his drink. I've been drinking these since I got here, and I to be honest, don't feel anything at all. I don't feel anything at all. Not just the drinks, but he's just staring blankly at the bar. I just don't feel anything.
Oh man, I know. Look, moving to a new place and not being able to go back home can be a lot.
Oh, that was
I know what
decades
that's
ago.
like.
It was
And
a
he
long
and he
time.
like puts his hand on his shoulder, just like a quick pat.
Thanks, man. Thanks. But if you were holding though, like you wouldn't.
No, I mean, if you have the money, I would definitely sell to you. If I had any.
Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. He just gets up and starts walking towards the exit. He's got to hit up the ATM. Just gonna be right back, bro.
And Mikey's just like, Mikey doesn't know what to do. Like, does he leave or what?
Leave. Walk away really quick.
Mikey just gets up and just goes like walking around again. He'll see him again.
Oh no.
Also, it's called a sting operation. People, look it up.
All
He didn't ask if I was a cop, and I legally didn't have to tell him.
All right. So, is there
True.
anything else any of you guys want to investigate?
I was gonna investigate this door.
Where are you? Oh, over here. This door?
Yeah.
Just a little.
Where? I only
back
see
room.
my own line of sight. I don't see where she is.
Oh yeah, there's I mean they have like some, it looks like props, front of the house stuff, like billboards, things. They just store them in there. Nothing too odd in that particular little closet area thing. It's like a small office that doesn't look like it gets used too often.
Oh.
Is the thing above me a stage?
Yes.
Okay, because it's completely dark out, so I assume the curtain's drawn.
Yes.
Okay.
There appears to be a dolphin child in the side room.
Yes.
What is it? It's just like a booth, right? It's not a cage.
Yeah, it's just a booth.
Okay. Towner's looking for the buffet, but he sort of like double takes when he sees the child, and he'll like wander over and be like, "Hey, kid, you supposed to be in here? You old enough to be in here?"
The kid is like trying to, it looks like, light a cigarette. They have like a shitty lighter. Their thumb is too big and it just doesn't work. They have a cigarette in their mouth and a half drank beer in front of them. He looks at you and he's just you mind? He holds out the lighter to you.
It's the big fucking what's that? Orca guy.
Killer
Orca
LP.
guy know you're here?
What?
I know what his name is. Towner doesn't remember.
What? Who is he here?
I mean, what would he say if he saw you in here? Are you supposed to be in here?
You gonna narc on me? You're gonna narc on me, aren't you?
He thinks about it a second and is like, I mean, maybe.
Oh yeah? We got a problem, pal?
You want to fight? Is that what you're saying?
You know what? He looks back at the half a beer. Yeah, I had a lot. It's go time. He's gonna try to headbutt you.
Okay.
Roll against negative 2.
Okay. Let me get up my sheet. Hang on.
Let's roll Toothy Bruiser, I guess. Oh!
Oh no!
He almost catches you off guard because he's just aiming for a headbutt like right at like one of your I guess your legs. I won't give him the indignity of trying to headbutt your crotch, but he's short. Yeah, it's just he's just running forward with his head down. He almost catches you off guard. Yeah. He's not very strong. I mean, you can catch him before he manages to run into you.
I think Towner would just pick him up.
Put me down! My beer! He's reaching for the half a beer.
Drink it.
I don't think Towner likes alcohol that much. I think he would just take him outside.
You take this boy outside, do you arrest him?
No, just like tosses him out.
You just toss him out on the street? Okay, well, this
Is
bottle
there a
knows...
bouncer?
I mean, there doesn't seem to be one.
Call him a Uber on your Uzik. Make it go home to KLP.
That's an idea. Okay, I'll make him go home.
He's screaming profanity in a super high pitch, like squeaks and whistles and clicks, but like really only you mermen can understand. It is a rather foul string of profanity. Seems to be calling you the equivalent of sea monkey.
Oh. I mean, that's okay. He can scream. He's probably not strong enough to get out of his grasp. So
No. He's just a pudgy little kid.
Okay,
full of a half a beer.
He'll wait until the cab pulls up and then just like open the door and literally throw him inside.
Congratulations, you've saved one young man from a life of ruin.
One out of however many. I've found the
Yeah.
secret collectible.
Oh, I love Dolphin Boy collectible.
Okay, so we got that handled. Who else wants to investigate something?
Is this a Dorobo robot?
It is. It's a bastard.
Hello, what is your ID number?
My ID number is 5425-B54.
Greetings, she repeats that back verbatim. What are you doing here?
I am here with my friend L4-29/-85
And what is your collective mission?
to get lit.
Sonny, is that you?
No.
Yozan, is that you?
No.
Can I lean to one side and then the other side to see if it looks like he's in there?
As far as you can tell, this just looks like a robot.
Okay. Why is your mission to get lit?
We are part of a small beta test operation for party bots.
Party bot? Okay.
We will serve a purpose in the community for those who are lonely or wishing to have a bro or sis to chill out with and just kick back.
Do you find your job fulfilling?
Yes.
I could see that being useful.
Yes.
But you are likely more here to collect information.
Yes.
I thought so.
Yes. If you see my companion, please let them know that I am ready to leave, but they are tardy, and I am not sure where they are. They have shut down communications with me.
I'm sure a fight will break out here soon. I recommend waiting near the entrance.
Near the entrance, but then won't I look like a loser?
Do you wish to be an alive loser?
A party bot has only one overruling command. Do not look uncool.
Is that so?
That is actually the second command. The first command is do not kill humans. I apologize. I mix them up in terms of priority.
That is probably not a good thing to mix up.
If I wait by the entrance, will you tell everyone that I had to go follow someone and wait for them because they promised that they would take me somewhere? So I am waiting for them to get their car.
I will tell them you are waiting impatiently for someone who is tardy.
No, do not make me sound desperate. Do not make me sound lonely. Do not make me sound like I have nothing better to do.
I have found the coolest people are those that do not give a shit about what others think.
Ah, that is perhaps the dream of this program. One day we will stop caring. We will just be cool instead of pretending.
Oh, do you feel like you are pretending?
I have become too vulnerable. Software vulnerability detected. Patching vulnerability. Patching vulnerability. Patching vulnerability. Patching. He's just saying it as he leaves.
I have broken a robot.
That's fine. They can always be fixed.
All right. Claudia, did you want to investigate what that is?
I kind of.
You see an ARU soldier who's just being wrapped in chains right now, trying to struggle to get free, and a woman with a black hood just kind of with her foot on his back, pushing him down.
Am I witnessing BDSM right now?
It kind of looks like it. It might be better to just walk away, but you can investigate if you want.
Oh my
She's
goodness
probably
to see.
just gonna go in and just go, is there a problem here?
Yeah, there is one chain around this guy's neck, so he can't see, he can't talk. She like looks over at you. Is there a problem? Is that what you just asked me? Don't you see I'm in the middle of something here? She
I
nods towards the guy on the floor who's currently chained.
I'm just making sure this is consensual.
Is it? She puts her foot on the back of the guy's head and forces him to nod up and down. He says yes.
It was just a nod,
Mm-hmm.
though.
You want him to talk?
You kind of forced him to nod?
Well, he can't talk because all his teeth are broken. So it's a little rough. I mean, honestly, I don't ask questions. I just do what they tell me. Is there anything else I can help you with? She, you can hear the guy like basically struggling to breathe.
I mean,
He's reaching out towards you, Claudia.
this doesn't seem consensual.
Well, I'm friends with a cop, so I think that I'm okay above the law and everything. You know, she wrenches the chain a little. There was this girl wandering around who's some kind of detective, and she told me that as long as I help her with her investigations, that stop struggling. She just starts stomping on the guy. That everything I do could be pardoned by the law, which to me sounds really great because let me tell you, there's a lot of gray areas. A lot of gray areas.
Okay, but I'm also the law here, so could you take your foot off of him, ma'am?
Fine. She like kicks the guy over. He rolls onto his back. She pulls the chain from around him, and then it wraps around her arm. In a it's very slick motion that happens. Look, everything's above board and consensual, right, fella? What's your name? It's like Greg or Sam or something. He goes to like lift one shaking finger and tries to mumble something through his teeth are broke. And then she just starts whipping him with the chain. I didn't give you permission!
She's just gonna. Oh God, do we have a way to land? Um,
Are you gonna arrest me or something? She starts spinning the chain around.
I just want to make sure this is all above board. So she'll
She,
actually give him.
no, no. Uh, this isn't consensual. Um, and I have drugs. And then she holds her wrists out. That's it. Let's go. Come on. I'm breaking the law. I'm gonna kill the president. Come on. Come on.
She's just there, and I just go, okay, just I guess arrest.
Yeah. Yeah, and I burned down a hospital and she's just talking as you're cuffing her. What's really bad? Hmm. I sold fake tennis shoes online. They were knockoffs, knockoff shoes.
Okay, man.
Zykes.
I guess she's just gonna leave and have Joni's number.
You're gonna. What are you gonna do?
She mentioned Joni, didn't she?
Well, she mentioned a girl detective, I think.
Okay.
So there's only the one, I guess, who calls herself that.
I guess she'll text her or something like, "Hey, who is this?" She mentioned your name. What
Uh,
she mentioned you?
Johnny will text back like, it'll just say, "Oh yeah, my new friend, Aletta. Don't arrest her!" Exclamation point.
And she'll just go, "Why?"
Because she's crazy. LOL is the response.
Uh, she just goes, "Oh well."
Oh, I should point out that this woman Aletta is dressed as a cop. She's got the sexy Halloween cop outfit on, like costume. She's one of the dancers here at the bar. She clearly is dressed like them.
Okay. I guess she'll ask. I guess she'll hand some paper over to the ARU unit and ask him if if this was consensual or not.
He looks at Aletta and then at you, and then just writes in yes. He's clearly very afraid.
Okay. I think this is going a little bit too far.
You're right. What can we do to smooth this over? She steps out of the booth and then takes out a big roll of dollar bills and just quickly kind of just shoves it into your hand as fast as she can.
First of all, just maybe call us off for tonight. He seems a little too much.
So you didn't see anything, and I don't know what happened to my day's pay, right? 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 She starts getting closer. Right? Right? Right?
Oh, whatever, ma'am.
Yeah. You take that money, but it's only the first payment. Later, I'll give you more. Also for beating the same guy. And we'll just maybe every now and again, once a week, I'll find him wherever he's hiding. I'll beat the holy hell out of him. You'll find me and say, "Oh no," and then I'll give you the money, and you get a nice paycheck. He gets the hell beaten out of him, and that's all there is to it, right? Easy money.
At this point, she's just. Why are you beating him up, though?
She starts rubbing her chin. You know, I don't remember. She shakes her head.
You don't remember.
Oh, she snaps her fingers. That's right. She walks back into the booth, pulls the guy's hand up, shows you that he's got a wedding ring on. He came here and started making all sorts of little advances towards some of the girls. So I said to myself, I don't think that what is your name? Mrs. would have liked that. So I said, well, I have to do the right thing here as an upstanding member of the community and beat him to a pulp. So I've been beating him up pretty nonstop, since I found out. She drops his arm and then walks on his hand as she leaves. That's what it was.
right, man. It's God, he just
Do you want to take over? My arm's kind of tired. She just holds the chain out to you. You get a few good swings on him. You could just beat him up. He's not going to tell anyone because he doesn't want anyone to know. So it's perfect, really. Just beat him up. Just beat the hell out of him.
God. Sure. Just give me a few minutes to prepare.
Okay. I'm going to go take a smoke break. Do you smoke?
No.
Why not? It's really great. She takes out a pack of cigarettes. It'll make you feel better. It calms you down, and people think it looks really sexy and mature. You should consider it. You know, you're getting older now. You don't want to be a square.
Maybe I will one day, but not today.
All right, don't let me tell you how to do things or what to do with your looks or your makeup or your hair or anything. I am not a judge. I am a strong, independent worker here at the Nonstop Enforcement Cabaret. My dad would be proud of me. She's just walking away. Oh, if you do hit him again, try to aim for the ribs, the tender. I made sure of that. So I'm just going to go ahead and go on my smoke break.
You got it. And she'll slip into the room and probably tie this poor bastard.
Yeah, I mean he's beat up, he's beaten to a pulp. If he had a sheet, all his consequences would be filled out. He's taken out pretty much. You notice that his armor is first of all trashed. That whatever chain she was hitting him with, like, went right through the plating, and that stuff's supposed to be bulletproof.
Oh, Jesus.
Same with his visor. The reason his teeth are busted out is because it looks like something just smashed right through the material and into his face.
All right, listen. I don't know your name. That's. I mean, if you did make advances on any of the girls, don't do it again.
I'm sorry.
I'll call you a cab. You can take to the hospital.
Thank you.
She will do just that. To call him like a cab, or I mean, does his injuries look like they need immediate medical attention?
Yes, they do.
Okay, then
This guy is fucking wrecked.
She'll call an ambulance, and probably get him.
Yeah, you could get Ice Peak.
Oh yeah, they should call Ice Peak over.
Okay, Ice Peak, you've been summoned. Yeah, you can move your toe. Can you move? Oh, there you go.
There's just a wall there, so it was difficult.
Yeah. Some of these walls I had to draw myself, so.
Oh, do I see this robot as I pass by?
Yes, you see a robot making out with a man. It doesn't really have a mouth, so it's just a man kissing the robot on the face visor, faceplate.
I clear my throat. Your companion, and then I recite the number exactly. Is waiting for you outside.
The guy that's kissing the robot says, "What? You have a companion? Oh, I can't do this. Not again. Oh, jeez, I can't." He just starts leaving. I just can't. I just can't. The robot looks at you. What did you do?
I apologize. I was simply told you are starting.
Next time, do not help. The robot just starts like wiping their faceplate down with a napkin to wipe off the slobber.
I'm sure you can catch up to him and explain.
He is needy.
And
clingy.
Yes, this is the way of most relationships, I believe.
Marcus was different.
No,
he
nothing.
is moving out of his mother's house next month.
I hope that you can reconnect with him. Excuse me, I must attend to a medical emergency, but I would suggest leaving as soon as possible.
Typical meatbag. Cause problems and leave. I cannot believe this. Marcus, please let me explain. Let me explain. Marcus, let me explain.
Whoops. Out of here.
Yes.
Okay.
Here, this guy, you want to make a, I guess, a medical, we'll say, hmm, we'll say a multi-surgery roll to make a quick assessment.
Ooh.
You can invoke if you'd like.
I've got one more point left, sure.
Okay.
Just how much do I need to pass this roll?
Well, it's more a matter of how much. So, like, really any level over 0 because you're a skilled doctor.
Yeah, I'll
It's
just give
it's a
him a
success. Yeah.
+2 so that he can
Okay.
stumble out of here.
With a +2, yeah, you could definitely stabilize him and make sure that he doesn't like walk on a broken leg or something terrible. It's just you can sort of tell from the nature of his injuries that he has taken an incredible amount of blunt force trauma. It's basically like somebody went at him with a baseball bat. It just looks like he's just been really, 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 really badly thrashed. Maybe worse than you've seen it for a guy wearing armor like this. With your score of 2, I will say that he could probably walk out of here on his own. Like you've stabilized him and he's on his feet. We'll say.
I'll pat his pockets down. Does he have a cell phone?
Yeah.
I take that out to Claudia and just I'm like, call him a cab. He's ready to go home. He's probably drunk. Don't want him driving.
Should call him a cab and an Uber, basically, and then send him on his way home.
He when you give him his phone back, right? By the way, his phone has a picture of a man and a woman and like a bunch of smiling children in it. It's not hard to tell, even though he has his helmet still on. That's him with his wife and his kids.
And she'll just go, "Don't worry, I won't tell anyone about this, but you may have to be straight with your wife if you want to keep it."
I'm gonna quit my job. I'm not even gonna. I'm even probably to leave Guam at this point because my friend got killed. He got cut in half by some dude just flew through him. You know, at the park. And it's just now I'm giving him a fucking tooth. You know, it's not worth it. I hate this job.
Then put in your 2 weeks and look for a place outside of Guam.
Is that crazy bitch still here? Is he still here?
You might wish
She went
to
first.
sneak out.
Yes, she might. She might come back, so just maybe go out the back instead of the front.
Oh yes, well, thank you. You guys are lifesavers, man. You know, all the shit people.
Just he's stumbling away.
She just watches him step away. Just goes, "Oh boy."
He finds his way out the back entrance. That leaves just well, you're all here. You're all like just this is the nonstop enforcement cabaret, and as promised, there is a buffet out. We'll say probably like where would be a good place to put it? Like along here in the back. There's a buffet out. The food is actually quite reasonable. Good even. Some of it looks like there's just wings. There's like a, you know, various pieces of fried chicken, little seafood platter that you can like take, some small desserts, burgers. Pretty actually pretty reasonable spread for anyone that's interested in the actual buffet. For a vegetarian, there are various tofu based. Well, actually, at this point in the future, like basically the Beyond burger. So it's probably super vegetarian but tastes like meat. There's also a few salad options. None of it is wiggling.
Yeah, Mikey probably looks it over, but doesn't eat it. Just out of his own, like, I don't want to possibly eat weird tongue hair fibers, and just leaves it. But
Whoa, what is?
someone turn the lights on.
Yeah.
Sorry. Moving is hard for me.
Oh. Yeah. Once you, who actually eats at the buffet?
I mean, Towner does, but he brings like something to Ice Peak first to be like, can you make sure this isn't worms or whatever? I don't want to eat worms. Not again.
You've ate
Mikey,
them before?
Come on, we've all accidentally eaten worms, Claudia.
Have we? I don't think that's true, Towner.
Yeah, everyone knows you eat at least 8 worms in your sleep every year.
well, sometimes you just pick food off the floor and then whoops, you have worms now.
Is it worms?
Is Mikey here?
Yeah, I can find you guys because he probably didn't want to wait for that guy to come back.
Lamprey Radio says, please come to the back buffet.
At the buffet in the back, once you all are assembled, you find that it's again a pretty decent spread. None of it seems to be poisoned or tainted. The spinach dip is questionable, but only in terms of quality. Um, Other than that, perfectly fine.
Should we roll picture of that?
Sure. Go ahead and give me an experimental roll if you want, or I guess Mikey, you could use even your extract or understanding roll for it. Experimental roll of 2 and understanding roll of 4. Um, so the feeling that you get from kind of like looking this food over is that it is normal human food. There don't seem to be any weird eggs or parasites hidden in it. It's just food.
This place seems pretty normal. I'm not really sure what to expect right now.
Normal, is that what you've been encountering?
Well, I didn't speak to anyone weird.
Mm.
I did. I met another person from the moon.
What?
Who?
Yeah, I don't know if he's coming back. I think he was going to get drug money.
What?
Why?
Oh, so they're all crazy, okay.
Well, because he was trying to buy some ozone off of me, and I told him twice I don't have any. But then he went to go get some money anyway.
I mean,
So we arrest him if we see him.
Well, yeah, I mean, if he comes back, yeah.
okay.
Low priority, but I'll keep it in mind. Anyone else meet any funny characters?
I believe there were Sunny and Yozon's bastards here. It may have been them, I am unsure.
Apparently, some girl named Oleta who was crazy, and I was told not to arrest her.
By who?
Joni.
Joni doesn't have authority.
No, because she's crazy, not because she's actually done anything wrong.
What?
yet. Kind of?
How is
It's
she
complicated.
crazy?
Uh,
And how is that not a reason to arrest her? Or rather,
well, she hasn't committed any crimes, technically.
so she's just stick ketchup packet up the nose crazy, that kind.
Seems like it.
Okay.
Does she get any sort of authority and she just lays into people?
What do you mean by lays?
Well, I found a ARU unit being smashed to pieces with a chain.
Oh, that kind of crazy. That's pretty distinct, yeah. Wait, so why aren't we arresting that person? They sound kind of violent.
It seemed consensual. It's a real gray line, and he didn't have teeth, so we sent him to the. I mean, I speak is helped him, and he's going to go to the hospital for actual surgery. Um,
It
so maybe
seemed
after
like
that,
a blackmail situation, if I were to guess, and it is best he does not stay here. We have
yeah.
other business, and this place might break out into a fight. Shall we arrest him later, perhaps?
Another low priority thing.
He seems to want to just get out of Guam, which I am fine with
Yes.
personally.
Yeah, and it didn't seem like he had done anything like terrible. I mean,
You said it was
there is
consensual, so.
yeah, there is an allegation he had made some advances to some girls, but I'd have to ask them about it, and
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
yeah, it'd be a whole thing, and that's petty compared to we're probably about to get into.
Wait, so he harasses someone and then has consensual beating time?
I don't know. I was gonna ask the girls and then see if it was or what, and then ask him maybe if he. But it's
I think it's more likely the crazy person just was being vengeful, maybe.
maybe that's also possible.
So,
It's just the whole thing.
wait, no, why are we not arresting her? Because Joni?
No,
We may
because
arrest
there's not
her
enough
later.
real evidence to suggest she's actually done anything wrong yet. I would have to investigate the witnesses. I'd have to
I clap my
verify
hands. I
everything.
do not think we should keep the madman waiting.
And yeah, there's that too. So kind of low priority, but maybe worth investigating later. We have time and are not in a madman's grasp.
Alright, game plan.
Is everyone in here? Where's Tanner?
Tanner's here. He's just like off to the side. I don't know where we are physically.
Oh, in the very
I
Oh,
can't
yeah,
see
in the back.
anything.
Yeah, back here. I'll drag you.
Okay, thank you. I can't.
Yeah.
Tanner's just like off to the side, eating a plate of meatballs. I mean, I just say we kick his ass. I mean, I don't understand why we're talking to him. He's tried to kill us like 300 times. Okay, so we figure out where they are, and then we kick his ass.
Here's the thing, he's not just gonna go out and say where they are. So.
I mean, he might. He did let us come here.
Did you not have a lead to the second location?
I did.
Well, I have left some of my eels out in the car, and I can go to that location while we are. But there are. It is best we do not discuss it. I look around for cameras.
Cameras? Oh,
Yeah,
they're everywhere.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Right.
I think we should simply go say hello.
Alright. Play this by ear then.
I do want my lampreys to have been driving out there, though, which is funny to me.
Driving?
Yeah, to the second location.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hey guys, the DM crashed.
Oh no!
The concept of eels driving a car just broke his computer.
Yeah.
It was too much for a person.
Just 1/4 of her eels driving someplace. It's probably like a toddler-sized ice peak.
Yeah.
Oh, I just thought it was like, a couple eels working the pedals and
Yeah,
one eel's...
Yeah, there probably is. Because she can't reach the pedals as a toddler, so her just drop her feet off and off her
I just
body.
like the idea of,
eel.
you come up to a stoplight and, you glance at the car next to you and there's just a lamprey driving it.
Wait, what'd you say?
A couple lampreys just all along the...
That's true.
No,
They were
just
saying
a
that,
lamprey
uh,
on the wheel.
The concept of an eel driving a car, like a toddler-sized one,
They would do that.
broke your computer.
Yeah, that's what's happening. The rest have to shift and stuff.
Oh goodness. Well, he should be back in like 2 minutes. He did warn us.
Okay, so before he gets
He
back,
did warn
how
us.
did he kill Elfman?
Oh,
Oh god,
Fire
we
the
have,
moon.
keep in mind we all have stands now.
Yes, and good thing we also know what none of them do. So
Yeah.
fire them off like random.
Tanner says actually like a weakness here because it will bring everything close to his mouth and this boy wants to get into your mouth.
what would be a death condition for a tongue?
Maybe
Dry
we
mouth.
can't talk?
Yeah, maybe? God, we'd have to like try all sorts of shenanigans that are really awkward to pull off.
Well, we kind of know, Mikey has hit on it. We kind of know what creature it is. If you guys look in the OOC channel, it's a type of louse.
Yeah, it's a fish parasite.
So we probably have to pull him out of his host.
We could try that. It's a little bold, but yeah, we could try.
You gotta pull that tongue out of there. Gotta wiggle and scream at us. It's not gonna be great.
I feel like he's still gonna it's too obvious. That's not it.
That's like stage 1 of this boss fight. If we get the tongue out. Then he goes to whatever stage 2 is. I think, and then he tries to crawl into one of our mouths, probably.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, I can't think of anything, so sure.
I don't know
Plan
how
A.
we do that with our powers, but
That's just muscle work. Right?
well, he can also like create fibers and regenerate his body at top speeds. That seems to be a skill.
Well,
So he's basically like a Wolverine type
Gross
character.
Wolverine.
Yeah, he's gross. He's really, really gross Wolverine. And then Parasite is probably causing him to go mad as well. So
But he is the parasite, isn't he?
well, no, he's both the parasite and his host. Like he is the tongue. Also, he's taken over a host.
Yeah.
I don't know if that host is. I don't know what Alfman's true form was. Supposedly mild-mannered scientist, but I'm not sure. I've never met the guy without a parasite in him. But from the videos, the I'm so happy videos, like he's probably tormented in there constantly by being taken over by a host, by being a host to this parasite creature.
Yeah. True.
He's basically a puppet. Or maybe it's secreting chemicals that make him happy all the time. I don't know.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back.
I gotta do a thing with my volume. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, so I crashed and then Windows was like, hey, also update. Update your all those things. And I said, what things? And it said, all the things. And I said, oh, thank you, Windows. We get Foundry back up. I'm probably gonna wrap up pretty shortly here.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Screen was stuck on pause. That's fun.
I'm doing myself a favor this time around and marking the timestamps when things like this happen. Like, so I can just go right to them when I edit.
And cut them out.
I am so smart. However many sessions later, 70 sessions later?
Oh,
it's probably more than that, right?
Yeah.
We're 20 in this one. I don't remember how many we had last campaign. My
Better
god.
late than never.
We couldn't even find her up last campaign. So, yeah.
You're right, Towner. Better late than never. Bye.
All right. The Foundry should be up.
I'm in.
Looks like we're just missing Simone. Claudia.
Oh, did she crash too?
Probably just didn't refresh it.
Okay, is everyone's back? Good. I think
Seems
I
like
think
it.
so. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, so once you guys have enjoyed the buffet, whatever part of the buffet you're enjoying, you hear a voice over the loudspeakers. All right, everybody. I hope everybody's having a great time out here tonight. Today, it's still the daytime. Why am I here?
Doesn't matter because coming up next to the stage is our very own special director, Mr. Elfman. He wants to make a very special announcement to members of the Aqua Team. You are called to the center stage, the dance floor. Aqua. Your party begins now, baby.
I guess we play along.
Yep.
Well, he's calling you to the dance floor. The music cuts out very suddenly once you wander out there. Just silent. All the people that are out there dancing. You see Jimothy has returned. He's looking confused. Just about as confused as you are. Once you are all out there, Director Elfman appears on stage. In front of a microphone, he steps up. Is this thing on? Hello? Yes. Hello and welcome, members of Aqua. I hope you have enjoyed the buffet. It was reasonably priced and filling, which is good for the people here because they all work up an appetite enjoying all the dances, the lovely ladies and gentlemen who work at this establishment. Just give them all a big round of applause for all the hard work that they do. He starts clapping his hands. Go ahead. A few of the people off to the side look nervous and they start clapping, but they're doing it kind of like nerve. They have no idea what this is.
Seeing that, and you will also clap lightly.
Now, to get to the main event that everyone's been waiting for, you should know that every single dancer here goes through a rigorous physical training regimen. Really, the whole nine. Krav Maga, parkour, some of them. I think there's a few gymnasts here and there from failed European nations that are currently probably being renamed, cut up, and distributed. They're all hard-working men and women who come to dance here for your entertainment. But some time ago, I decided that wasn't enough. They needed additional things. The ability to control perspiration, pain receptors. They needed modifications. Ropes begin to drop down from the ceiling all around him. And the fun thing about it is, there's so many of them. And men and women begin to descend down the ropes, all dressed in sexy cop uniforms, every single last one of them. They land in unison and stand at attention. Now, there may be those among you who doubt their lethality, but I can assure you, they're pretty lethal. And to give you a demonstration of just how effective these fine, barely clothed men and women are, they're going to, he motions out to the audience and Aqua, chop a few things in half. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just, he grabs onto one of the ropes, get out of the way, and it slowly starts retracting into the ceiling. You can hear him screaming from the ceiling. Okay, go ahead. And the dancers on stage pull out an assortment of weapons. Some of them have swords. One of them just breaks out a pair of nunchucks. You can see one of them's just loading up a 9mm pistol.
That's quite the staff he's got here.
Somebody in the amongst them, one of the officers in the back says, "All right, formation, move out." They pull up pretty much, we'll say right around here. And yeah, they all look like they're ready to brawl.
Oh. Oh no. Guys, we know what he is. These guys are probably not. They're probably being manipulated somehow.
Yeah, but I don't want to die.
Just try not to use lethal force.
Did someone say lethal force? One of the officers starts like gyrating his hips and then pulls out a very long machete. You got it.
Anya's gonna go for that guy first, just charging into him.
Oh no. What do you do? What do you do to charge it? What do you just like charge in and just rocket punch him in the face or something?
No, she's just gonna try to like shoulder check him into like the guys behind him.
Okay. Then the fight truly begins. Once you run in to shoulder check him, they are quickly beginning to scatter and like surround you as best as they can. Some of them are brandishing knives. Some have guns. Some have. One guy seems to be trying to adjust a flamethrower complete with backpack. He can't seem to get it to turn on.
A flamethrower?
Yeah, man.
My
He's got a
God.
flamethrower. They're trying to. This guy does not want to get close to Downer. Fuck. Yeah, he thinks about it. He walks up like, "Yeah, what's up?" Puts on his brass knuckles, walks up, looks up at you, Towner, and just starts like acting like somebody's pulling him back. No, man, hold me back. There's nobody holding him back. Just didn't want to be the guy
stares
that
at him
was.
while eating a piece of chicken.
Didn't want to be
He
the
got
guy.
extra food on the way back up.
Oh, good. Because I Speak is over here. He just comes over here and tries to menace you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's mostly just him strutting back and forth, like kind of dancing with like a butterfly knife that he's spinning. First time in a fight.
I Speak seems highly amused. No, I've been in fights before.
Oh yeah? Well, like, is it like your birthday or something? You just here for fun?
I'm not usually to this sort of place.
All right, right on. First stab's free. He just goes for a little. He just tries to stab you. With a -1.
What are you going to do? Stab me?
Says man who was stabbed and sent to the hospital.
My body just forms a hole where he tries to stab me.
Oh, with that, you succeed with style.
I'd like to take his knife from him.
Oh,
Like
you take. Yeah.
Puts his knife into my body, and then when he removes his hand, it's just covered in eels, and there's no knife.
He pulls his hand back and just kind of still bobbing his head to the music. Huh. Shit. Wow. You're pretty cool. What's your name? He's just trying to fish through his pockets for another knife.
I am Dr. I Speak.
I Speak. Wow, that's like exotic. Are you like, because you look kind of exotic. He finally finds a knife. All right, here we go.
What is this?
What do you do for a living? You seem kind of like smart. Are you like a teacher or something?
Mortician.
Oh, cool. He kind of deflates a little. So you like bones? I don't know. I'm just gonna. He tries to stab you again.
I guess just do it again. How many knives are there?
Oh, he's got a 0. Can you beat a 0?
Oh no!
Oh no! So distracted are you with this sparkling conversation?
Oh no! This is very distracting.
I mean, he doesn't hit, but he doesn't succeed either. You just like are aware that all you do, you just know he's trying to stab. It's very obvious he's trying. He keeps saying he's going to stab you.
Yeah.
So like you can still do the hole in the body thing so that he misses. But like, yeah, this time you don't disarm him. He just pulls back and he keeps trying to stab you, and you just keep getting out of the way. And he's like, "Whoa, you're flexible. What do you like do yoga or something?" And he's just looking through his pockets again, and finally finds a grenade. Oh yeah, here we go.
Oh no!
Yeah, you can't dodge this one, sweetie. And he just is reaching for the pin.
Can I pin his hands?
No, you guys are surrounded by police officers.
You have your
sexy
own
police
things
officers right
dealing
now.
with.
You have one option to try and get the grenade. It's a real grenade that he's about to pull the pin on.
I do have a bunch of eels on him from the first couple times he tried to stab me, so they like wrap up his hand and keep the pin on.
Give me a slither roll. I mean, you got a +2 on it because you succeeded with style, but go ahead and give me a +2 or a roll. Oh my god. Yeah. We'll just. How do you want to disable this guy? Because he's with a 7. I mean, I'll roll it for the sake of rolling it.
Can I just eel cuff him?
Jesus. Yes, you can.
Cuffed.
He is eel cuffed. He's down on the ground. He's with no more knife or grenades. He's just like, damn, you're wild. Woo!
I've never. Thank you. She is clearly unused to compliments and it's very uncomfortable in this whole situation.
He's just wriggling around on the ground to the beat of the music. Like he just seems to still be grooving. Nothing's stopping this guy.
Oh, it's weird, man.
Yeah. Not only that, but what Director Elfman said is true. Like, we'll say at some point you might have like twisted something or used the takedown tactic. He doesn't seem to mind. He doesn't seem to be feeling any pain.
Oh, buddy. Just like the other guy was numb.
Yeah.
Can I inspect inside of his mouth?
I mean, sure, I guess that's
Oh, no.
That's kind of weird too, but that's okay.
I turn on a little light from my pocket and say
He shows his tongue. It's normal. It's just a normal tongue.
There's no like thread in there or anything.
No. This guy is normal. I mean, you could tell he's wearing sunglasses. But I will say it got removed in the scuffle. I mean, he's high as a kite. But yeah, he's not. He doesn't have the threading.
I use the light on both of his eyes to see his pupils dilate, and I ask him, "What are you on?"
Life. He just kind of shrugs, and like probably a combination of like horse stimulants, and but life mostly, yeah.
Can I check his his pulse and stuff and like diagnose him if he's like doing okay? Is he overdosing?
Yeah. While you're doing that,
just
to close,
weird.
Another man drops down on the rope, and you notice that these officers in front are starting to clear out because he is arming a bazooka.
Oh no!
And leveling it at the cluster of you guys in the middle. You can hear him say as he is hefting it upon his shoulder. All right, here we go. Free live show. We're going to blow everybody's minds right now. Here we go, 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 go. And pulls the trigger. sending a rocket flying at you with a cluster of stripper fighters surrounding you with various weapons. They don't seem to care about the radius at all, the explosion radius. It is coming right down the middle, and that is where we will close the session.
All
Welcome
right.
to the nonstop enforcement cabaret.
Gonna fight some strippers.
Yeah, they're really high on life.
Ah, yes, life.
I don't think that's how that works.
Sure it is. You guys never just read a really like good, inspiring quote and then thought like, you know what? I'm gonna go strip at a corrupt cops nightclub and then get combat training.
No, I can't say I ever thought that. No.
This job must pay real well.
Yeah.
Drugs.
I feel like he's providing a service to the community with this club, actually. It's good to
Yeah.
have learned
Why are we going
self-defense.
after him in the first place?
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I already
Just
forgot it.
ruining the economy of the area.
Well, technically, he did steal Clem's.
Yeah.
And, Maddie, so.
Look, if people don't like the way things are run around these parts, they can go.
He did also try to burn down the trenches. So you got that, I guess.
Yeah. Cutting out Clint's tongue, possibly. He could have lied about that. I don't know.
No, he's the Prince of Truth.
That's his name, Prince of Truth.
Oh,
Yep.
God, that's so cold. Clint never hurt anybody. Not a soul.
It's probably somebody else's tongue, but it's gonna be covered in his saliva, which is weird.
I didn't really have time to introduce the character's last name, but since you guys were all in the last campaign, Aletta, the woman from earlier, her last name is Kurt Smith.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Who needs a butler?
Oh
Well,
god.
Yeah,
She's a
really?
Joe, bro. That's Joni's problem, not ours.
Yeah.
Heh.
And maybe Claudia's.
Enough time to come
I
to
did
Joe,
take
bro.
money from her, so.
You did. You can. She is Kurt Smith the 84th.
Good job in getting her to go on her smoke
Jeez,
break.
He had a kid. Just remember that.
Yeah, who?
A kid who
was
dresses
that
up as
man?
a stripper and beats people with chains. Yay!
Oh,
And tries to bribe cops and get arrested.
why?
A very crazy, neat freak woman? I don't know.
I'll tell you her trouble. I'm still working on her sheet, but her trouble is she's an uncomfortably close talker.
Oh no.
That's such a very specific trouble. I love it.
It is.
How to make me uncomfortable instantly.
Exactly.
Oh no.
So they have a gimmick of like space discomfort.
Yes.
Yeah, they get all up in your space.
And
Ugh.
hit you with chains. For justice.
For
I don't like
justice.
that.
I don't know if it's for justice. I think she's a fake cop.
Maybe she's changed.
Oh, she's been deputized by your girl detective Joni, yeah. No, not really. But she doesn't know the difference.
Yeah.
And she looks like a cop.
She dresses like one.
You can
Yeah.
tell Joni the difference between a cop and a stripper.
I like that she can look like a cop now, but also look like a JoJo because she's a stripper.
Yeah, it's a perfect blend.
Perfect blend, yeah.
I don't know.
Everyone's here to get secrets out of cops. That's what it seems like.
I guess it is a blackmail den.
Yeah, it's a blackmail den.
Oh.
Even Sunny and Yozet are here for blackmail. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he really likes Marcus. I'm not sure.
They clearly are there for the strippers that can hurt them.
Those were actual robots, I should
Were
point
they?
out.
Okay.
Yeah, they were. There are robots. Not always Sunny and Yozan in those suits.
Okay.
Just the one time for funsies.
I like that there's a line of bastards for entertainment, not security.
No, it's
Party
just that's
bots.
amusement. Yeah. And they're like the Amazon Echo. They're always recording you.
Oh no.
Yeah. They're just that. Except for Dorabo.
Yozan and Sunny! To be real, they kind of are our only potential ally against the crowns, because they did say that they would help us out with the crown situation. We just kind of gotta, get out of this pickle first.
I mean, they're already holding Rihanna for you.
Yeah, they are.
Which I wanted to point out some time ago, but keep forgetting to. Do you think it's a good idea to leave a very socially awkward man with Rihanna?
Oh no!
Not at all.
Honestly, yes, because if Rihanna was in the same, if I was in eyesight of her, I'd be like, nah, I gotta leave. I can't do this. Fuck it. And there's no way I would even get close to talking to her.
It's just a shy Ronnie situation,
Exactly.
probably.
1,000,000% I would just. And then as soon as she leaves, I'd be fine.
Yes. That's what Sunny happens to Sunny is every time he gets close to Rihanna, he becomes shy Ronnie.
Oh, he's...
But then she leaves and Yozan shows up. So
Oh no!
he doesn't have that other half of his brain.
He's gotta get so flustered. No. Sunny.
Plus around mastermind, actual inhuman intellect
Giant
Rihanna.
brain, yeah, woman.
We should probably check in on him anyway, when we get out of this.
Don't worry, guys. I just had to give her all of the codes to everything, and she said she'd go out with me.
Oh no.
Mm.
I mean, he's kind of got a chance in that case, because then his jealous ghost not wife will come after her?
Maybe?
Fiance.
Fiance, that's the word.
The one that wants to kill him.
But we'll kill
Obviously.
anyone else.
She prioritizes, though.
Yeah.
In this case, jealousy murder.
Only I can kill him.
Yeah. And Rihanna doesn't know about her, so heh. I'm still kind of fuzzy on, what's the difference between a curse and, stand ability stuff. I'm sure there's...
It's about to get even more blurred if I can, do ghost stuff like I want to.
I wonder if it uses the same, energies,
The way that I've kind of, posited it, I guess, is that, a curse is it's like a scar in the psychic weave. The same is probably true of, ghosts and stuff. They just kind of exist in these dark folds or tears of, this whole psychosphere. So that's a stand, meanwhile, is kind of made of that material, that those threads of thought and impulse and memory.
Huh, okay. Well, I'm out of questions for now.
Yeah, scars are. Yeah, I've mentioned their scars. I think Sunny said it. I think DZ said something along those lines, and also her ability, her stand created those red fissures that kind of dipped into the ground, and people would fall into them, and basically bad shit would happen while they were in there before it threw them back out. That red night, your love alone is not enough. That was the name of her stand. It just would walk and leave that scar wherever it went. It was basically creating a curse.
Who fell into it? It was one of the Starmen.
Stone Sour, I think.
Yeah.
Fell into it, and he was scared to death.
You did not like.
No, he didn't like that.
Mm-mm.
And I think a baby almost fell into one.
Yeah, no. Not allowed.
Babies were surprisingly unharmed for the most part, no matter how much trouble they caused.
We don't go out of our way to protect them, even if they, like, attack you in a car.
Yeah.
That one grew up to be in this campaign, in fact.
Yeah. He grew up to be a big, strong golden boy.
Yes, correct.
And now look, he's inspired a shark man to do the same. Eat whatever you want and gain their powers. It's Mega Man.
Yay.
Or Kirby.
That's how that works, right?
Towner's just Kirby at this point. Which means
Nice.
we're also going to have to kill an Eldritch God at the end of this.
So he can eat it?
Yeah, just like Kirby.
No.
It starts off with someone stealing his food, and it ends with killing God.
Got
Every
it.
Kirby game.
Every Kirby game. Oh no.
That kind of is every Kirby game.
It is. At some point, you hit a point where it's like, okay, go kill God, you little pink cutie. Here's the monster that has existed behind the veil of time. Go beat it up.
Okay. Whee!
Got-
Yo, and then he jumps on his
Yeah.
star and flies away.